That should be good. 84. So, just dead golf here. Obviously, you can see my breath. It is Central Ohio in December. It's freezing. It's about 20 some degrees. You've got heaters up here, but there's not much. There's about 5 or 6 other sickos here at the range. But so as you guys know, I've been talking about my kind of 12-week system, road to scratch. It's not saying in 12 weeks you're going to be scratch, right? Say the majority of improvement has been in the higher end of your handicap. So when you're 15, 16, 17 handicap, it's a lot easier to get down to a single digit, 7, 8, 9, 10 handicap. Obviously not a single digit, but in that range, a lot of that is done with swing work, and which is something that I did as a swing coach I did it 4 or 5 years. And then just kind of missed competing, missed playing. Had some reasons why I had to kind of quit coaching full-time, work full-time obviously. Just didn't have the time to dedicate to my game, dedicate to other people's games on an hour-to-hour basis, where I'm spending 15 hours a week at the range working, and then another 10 plus hours analyzing swing video, sending notes. So I'm going to try to kind of compile everything that I've learned in these 15 years into 8 pillars. And if you've got a consistent swing, which doesn't mean you're hitting the same shot every time, it doesn't mean you're hitting it perfect every time. It just means you have a general idea of where your golf ball is going to go. If you can do that, and you are that 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 handicap, these pillars can massively influence your ability to improve your score, not just your swing, right? Your swing only gets you so far. You've got to understand how to practice to translate that to the golf course. So I'll give you a little preview of these pillars. The biggest one for me is from 50, 60 yards to 140. That's typically all your wedges in your bag, right? I hit my pitching wedge 130 to 140 yards. I can wail on it if I want to, but I'm never going to do that. And then I scale that down to make sure that my 4 wedges, which are lob wedge, sand wedge, gap wedge, pitching wedge, you've got 4 clubs that you need to be able to manipulate 75 to 80, 90-ish yards. And you manipulate those with flight, you manipulate those with tempo, you manipulate those length of swing, and that's all dependent on the lie that you have, the wind that you have for the day, where the pin is at, and then what trouble is around the green. Bunkers long, bunkers right, bunkers short left. Is there water left? Is there water behind it? Does it run off behind it? Is there a open window approach? There's so many things to take into account when it comes to that. But as far as practicing your wedge distances, there's many different systems. There's clock system, which is essentially, think of 12, 6, 9, 4, right? Or 3. So you've got your 9 o'clock swing, your 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. I think Bryson DeChambeau uses this. Plenty of people use that. That's a little too rigid for me. I typically use kind of my half shot, 3/4 shot, full shot, and then I've got some different variables with that based on the tempo in which I swing it. I can take a full length gap wedge, but not tempo 100%, and that is going to come up massively different than if I take a full gap wedge, right? So I'm gonna do a little bit and just kind of show you what I mean by that. Hopefully, if you can. This is a PRGR rangefinder. It's probably now around 150 to 200 bucks, maybe less. But this is huge for me for practice. It's a simple tool. You don't need a complete range monitor when you're at the driving range. It seems to be extremely accurate for the yardages and ball speed that comes off of it. So you can see it's got your total yardage, ball speed, gives you a smash factor. I don't really pay a whole lot of attention to that. And then it'll have your club speed. I also don't pay a ton of attention to that. Yardage and ball speed is what I kind of pay attention to the most on this. Thing you do, so, you set it maybe about, I don't know, 2 feet behind the golf ball. Try to get it in line with your target. So at the range, I'm always going to use a ball line, so your target line. And then I'm going to have a kind of hand path or feet line, right? It creates some sort of a gate for you, just a frame of reference, especially at the range with all of these like angles everywhere, right? The mat's going this way, the cement's going that way. You've got one pointing out this way, and then you've got the wall going out that way. It's a lot of different angles, and that can massively influence kind of how your brain is perceiving the target that you're aiming at. So set something down. Make sure that you can practice with some intention. It's a drill, it's a test at the same time, because you obviously want to be testing what you're practicing. So I try to pick out a specific yardage, right? So that is 86 yards. I would say from 85 to 100, if I can get it inside 20 feet, I'm super happy. So you giving yourself maybe 4, 5, 6 yards of wiggle room of the yardage you're trying to hit, right? So if I say I want to hit 85, if I hit 180, I'm in that window. If I hit 188, I'm in that window. If I hit 190, I'm in that window, right? So we're never going to hit our yardages perfect, but if we're inside of those windows, you're typically going to hit the green and you're going to have a pretty solid putt from inside 100 yards. You get inside 20 feet, you've got a good chance of making that one, or 2 putting at minimum. All right, so the goal here is I need to try to hit 5 yardages in a row. If I miss it twice in a row, then I have to start all the way back over. So I'm gonna try to hit 85 yards. This is a gap wedge, by the way. So obviously didn't hit it perfect, but hit 88. So I give myself, that's a 1 for 1, right? So do it again. And this is just kind of stock, straight golf ball. I'm not trying to hit it low, hit it high. It's just medium flight, stock face, stock path, pretty straight. That should be good too. 89, a little bit longer, still in that window, right? So 2 for 2. That should be really good. Ooh, 79, actually light. So I try to stay within 5, so that does not count for me. So now I've got some pressure, right? And this is the best thing about testing yourself and having goals when you go practice, is now you've got some pressure, which is what you have on a golf course. right? When you're playing golf, you're not just hitting 7, 8, 9 shots in a row. You've got one shot to hit what you need. So this helps simulate that, gets your mind, gets your body kind of used to that competition. That should be good. 86. Nailed that one. All right, so 86. All right, so now 3 for 3. One more. Ooh, 85, right on the button, baby. Love that. Love that. All right, one more. Ooh, hit that one a little thin. 87, but so even thin. 87. So right there, knocked out that drill. Contact's pretty solid. Maybe a couple a little bit low here, but with these Maltby TS4s, you get that gap wedge. They provide you just a little bit of help off the bottom. So a little preview of what's going to be included in this. It translates amazing to the golf course. You're going to challenge yourself. You're going to learn about yourself, learn about your game, prep your mind for the season. And if we can do that out in the cold, you're going to do it when it's 70 degrees outside. So thanks for watching. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Maybe if you use this practice, send me a message. Let me know if it helped you. Thanks for watching.